you for tuning in to watch another episode. So today, I'm gonna be speaking to my families. Mom and dad, get a pen, get a pad, and take some notes. And I say that with lots and lots of love, because today I'm gonna be dropping some Negron principles. These are things that my husband and I have been doing with our family for the last 21 years that have allowed us to be successful in raising our family, our kingdom family, and every other thing that we're doing. So, the first thing I want to let you know is that we are leaving a legacy. Very important to know. We're not just going through this thing idly. We are intentional in understanding that we are raising kings and queens, and we are raising a kingdom family. So the first thing that is the most important, probably above everything else, is mom and dad's relationship. Having a healthy marriage. If mom and dad don't have a healthy marriage, nothing else counts. It'll all fall to the wayside eventually. And so you are the glue. And so I want to remind you to do the things that you know keep your marriage alive and healthy. Make sure you're going on your dates, right? My husband and I have been together for 25 years, and we don't stop dating. We don't stop traveling, doing things together. Date night is one of the things that we look forward to the most. We probably have a date night once a week. If things get pretty hectic, we might have a date night every other week. But we have learned how to carve out time. And it hasn't always been easy. There have been times where it's been sacrificial to say, I'm going to go away and leave my babies, right? Because mama doesn't always feel comfortable to do so. But I understand that my marriage is on the line, and I have to allocate time to each thing, right? So boom, that's the first one. You know what? I got to have my husband on. I think we're gonna talk to my husband and see if we could get him on, and we're gonna do a part 2 to this video. Him and I alongside, we're gonna do a part 2, and we're really gonna get into this thing. But today I'm gonna be giving you some gems, so don't let them go to waste. The next thing, I'm calling it family time. Anybody who knows us with 7 children, it is super important to us that we have family time. Now I know you're thinking, by the time I finish this and you get to know a little bit more about my family, you're going to say, how is it possible that you have time for all these things? But come on, moms, dads, we wear many hats. You know that we have our plates full, and the reality is that if something is important to you, you will make time for it. You will find a place for it, right? We do what we love, period. So family time is so important, not just family time, but quality time, right? It's important to be present. That means that you're gonna have to take that little earpiece out, right? There's nothing more offensive than somebody trying to have a conversation with you and you're not present, because you're entertaining the possibility, right, of somebody interrupting that special time that you have with your family. That means that you're gonna have to put your phone down, right? There are times when we go away on trips and we put our phones in a basket. One basket, and we put all the phones inside of. That might work for you. Right, so you can just set out a certain time of the day. It might be dinner time, it might be TV time, whatever you do in your family. A time where we're gonna put those phones down and just have some quality time, right? Listen to these kids. I guarantee you, if you ask your kids, how was your day? They're gonna say good. It wasn't good. Every day was fine. Every day was perfect. You know, the worst is to months later find out that something bad happened at school. And I'm like, wait a minute, I remember that day. You told me that was the best day you ever had, right? So that comes along with trust, and we have to build trust even with our children, right? And that comes through spending time with them and getting to know them and allowing them to get to know you, right? You know, one of the things that I like to tell my kids, especially the little ones, is you don't know me, right? We just met. Right? So we're constantly evolving. It's very important to stay in tune to what's really going on in their lives, right? The next thing is being a team, operating as a team. If you know the Negron family, we operate as a team. Yes, we're a family. Yes, we love one another. but we have taken a lot of principles that we have learned in other realms, secular realms, team building, right? Even ministry. And we've brought all those things that we know works home. And saying, okay, if it works over here, then we're gonna bring it home to have the best family, the best experience that we can, right? So teamwork is very important. Let me break that down to you and what that could look like, or what it looks like for us. Is understanding the vision as a family, having a vision, making sure that everybody sees it, understands it, and that people can support and even add to that vision, right? So no matter the age, how small, how old, every family member in your household has an opportunity to contribute in some way. Something special happens when you allow your children to have a say. You can say some skin in the game, right? Where they know their voice is heard, it's considered, and they're able to contribute just based off of who they are, right? So we have a college student, she's the oldest, and so when we created our first business, Imperial Maintenance NYC, she was the two oldest. They were actually employed with the company, and occasionally I'll still bring them on if I'm in need of an extra hand, right? Same thing with our organization. So we have an organization, the Bronx Peacemakers, and it's a non-for-profit in the Bronx where we just try to help out the community the best that we can in different ways. Our children were in the front lines of everything, right? They contributed ideas. They were present for the events, and they're always a part of everything that we do. You know, they get excited when we have a success in one of our companies. We don't celebrate by ourselves. The whole entire family celebrates, but we're gonna get into that one later. Okay, and so the next thing we're gonna talk about are values. Now, as many of you guys know, the Negrons is a kingdom family, right? We serve the Lord, and so our principles are based on the Bible. And so we have many principles, values, like giving and not lending, right? We want to teach our children. Yes, it is very important to teach your children many things, right? And every situation is different. However, when it comes to the subject of teaching our children to give to one another and not lend to one another, you know, we have to create this understanding, create this relationship, create this dynamic within the family that if I'm in need and you give me $20, you know, I'm not gonna now stress out because that $20 could come in between me and my sibling. But instead to say, I have it like that. You know, I've been blessed. Don't worry about it. I know that when I need it one day, you're gonna hold me down. So it's very important to us that our children understand some of these principles. And then the next thing I want to talk about is laying down a foundation. Now I know I'm talking pretty quickly in these videos. I do a lot of short videos. I take my time. But this one I have so much information and I don't want to draw it out, so I'm just going to try to give it to you as fast as I can. If you missed something that you really liked, go ahead and rewind the video. And I promise you that I'm going to be back with my husband and we're really going to get into the thick of all of this. So laying down a foundation, that's going to require intentionality, right? Just like a company, a great name, a prominent name that we would know in our society, they laid down a foundation. They were intentional, and we want to set our family up for equal success, to do something great, and to be sustainable, right? So when you hear me talking about generational wealth in some of my videos, I hope that you will watch enough to understand my heart and understand that within this legacy that my husband and I are leaving behind, it starts with us, but we're thinking grandchildren, great-grandchildren. And so that's going to require for us to make certain decisions, financial decisions, smart financial decisions, right? We're thinking longevity. And so I want to help you guys to think this way, because mindset is everything. Half the battle is the mindset. If I can get you to think with a different mentality, then I can get you to understand some of these deeper things that maybe we don't talk about so much in the Brown community. So the last thing that I want to leave you with is a family that doesn't buy into the vision sells out. Isn't that so good? A family that doesn't buy into the vision sells out. So we come from broken families. We know what that's like to not have family members seeing each other, speaking to each other, just writing each other off, period, right? We want to build strong families, a solid unit moving forward. Every generation after this has opportunities that were secrets, right? That were being held in secret someplace, but now we are on a level playing field. And so we got to make every effort to empower our families spiritually, financially, emotionally, right? And so I would suggest that sometime this week you would have a family dinner, sit down at the table. Guys, I'm talking from experience, right? This is what works for us. We've been sitting down at the table for dinner for probably the last 18 years. And it has been fundamental, right? At the table, that's where you look your children in the eyes. That's where you discuss things that are going on. You can kind of take temperature and come to the table, break bread. And so I hope that some of these points were helpful to you and your family. I hope that you were blessed immensely. And I hope that you're looking forward to this video that I talked about today, that I'm about to go talk to my husband and see if he's on board. I'm sure he'll be, if you know him. And I'm gonna be back, guys, soon with another episode of JM Motivates. I'm asking you to drop a comment on my YouTube channel, to share this video on any other platform, and to like it. But most importantly, I need you to subscribe. So help me out, guys, and I'm gonna be back soon. Bless you all.